Illinois. Hello, everyone, and so glad you could join us here in Champaign on a Friday evening. Alongside my partner, Doug Altenberger, I am Eric Collins. Well, a difficult day around the Big Ten. Earlier today, legendary head football coach at Michigan, Bo Schembechler, passed away. For everyone around the Big Ten, our hearts go out to the Michigan football family. Well, moving on now to basketball and tonight's game. The Illinois Fighting Illini, they're 2-0 on the season, but Doug, that 2-0 mark has a little bit some disappointment in these parts.
And they sure have. I mean, Bruce Weber feels like he's overseeing a mass unit. He's had a lot of injuries, and before that, he really struggled with missing some key recruits. So it's been a tough couple months. He's had to move some pieces around. So far, he's done an excellent job. On top of that, Jamar Smith, one of his premier two guards in the country. This guy is a pure shooter, no question about it. And that's where they struggle right now, trying to find some offense.
One of the guys who will have to step up is the front court player, Warren Carter.
And Carter really has done that. Up to this point, his game has mostly been outside. Inside, had 15 rebounds against Jackson State. So physically, he has accepted that challenge.
Well, for Georgia Southern, they've played 2 games so far this season. They defeated Cal Davis and then lost in a game that played fairly well for 20 minutes against the Duke Blue Devils. When they're going well, they got a shooting guard who plays remarkably well from the perimeter, and Dante Genny.
Well, you're going to love their offense. It's not like these guys like to pass it too much. It's a couple touches and the ball goes up. And Genny's one of these guys that really is a tremendous three-point shooter, but he can also really test the defensive guards for Illinois.
All right, we're getting ready for basketball. The Illinois Fighting Illini hoping to give these home fans something to cheer about. Stick around. The tip-off is next.
It might mean less stops at the pump, or that you've got better things to spend your money on than gas. Maybe it's just doing your part, or does something bigger. Everyone has their reason. Maybe that's why Toyota has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer.
Holy, I know.
Every guy's looking to go high def. Our pledge is to help you wow them with the ultimate system.
Like the latest that let you see and feel everything in true digital reality. Now save up to $300 when you buy an LG TV with any home theater installation. Only at Best Buy.
Hey, it's me, Mark. Still living out of my Sentra for 7 days. Today, I'm gonna put this bad boy to the test. I got my golden deer, my Barbie, my gnome, toast. None of my CDs moved. My soda didn't spill. One tie fell off the hanger. Always fall off the hangers. Not too shabby. My next generation Nissan Sentra.
Tonight's ESPN Plus game is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your insurance needs, visit shelterinsurance.com to find the shelter agent near you. Seek shelter today. And by Premium Old Recipe Ice Cream from Prairie Farms. Quality you can taste. Welcome back, everyone, to Assembly Hall here in Champaign, Illinois. Georgia Southern taking on the Fighting Illini of Illinois. And the home cook for the Illinois Fighting Illini, they've won 48 straight non-conference home games. Take a look now at our starting lineups brought to you by Premium Old Recipe Ice Cream from Prairie Farms. Georgia Southern, they were good a year ago. They were the champions in the regular season of the Southern Conference with 20 wins and just 10 losses. They have a 3-guard lineup with Wayne Foreman, Jimmy Tobias, and the man we talked about a little bit ago, Dante Genny. This is a different Illinois starting lineup than we're a starter from a year ago, and Sean Pruitt, Brock, Meacham, and Frazier, 3 guards that will play a ton of minutes today. Doug, let's take a look at your star watch.
Well, when you look at Georgia Southern, and Getty's a guy, again, we talked about in the open, a great three-point shooter, and Carter has been getting great looks out there. Hasn't been hit. They've been working on his outside jump shot. If he hits that, he's unstoppable.
All right, we're ready for basketball. Game number 3 for both these schools. Georgia Southern and Illinois 2-0. tap is won by Warren Carter, and the Illini with the basketball out to shoot.
Look for Illinois to get it inside early. They have a huge size and side.
Local product, Ben Meacham with a leaner.
Okay, well, that's what happens when you put pressure on the perimeter. You got to put the ball on the floor and look to put it and go to the basket. Meacham does that.
Wayne Foreman picks up his dribble, squeezes it over to Tobias, back over to Foreman. Georgia Southern coming out of the Southern Conference. They're based in Statesboro, Georgia, about 60 miles northwest of Tobias. His first shot, no good. A rebound snatched down by Pruitt.
But Illinois, even though they're not real deep, they will try to push it.
Inside, Pruitt has to get it back out. Jumper up and in. Warren Carter, his first use. Skip pass over to Genny. Now they got to reset some offense.
Nice job by Pruitt to come over and give a little help defensively, especially in the post area.
Doug, once again, Georgia Southern using up a lot of that shot clock. Is this by design?
Not at all. They want to get some good looks, but they're showing patience, especially on the road. They want to shoot a quick shot.
Genny has it stripped away. Here comes Meacham. Jump shot from the baseline, up and in for Carter. Good start for the senior from Dallas.
Yeah, Carter, he loves that baseline. That's one of his favorite spots, about an 18-footer.
The basketball. That's a point of emphasis this year.
Yeah, Bruce Weber talked about against Jackson State. They really didn't come out with energy, but they got energy tonight. Right? Bruce Weber's got to be happy.
There is Jeff Price, now in his 8th season with Georgia Southern. He has never had a losing season down in Statesboro, Georgia. Good start so far offensively for Illinois. Carter trying to make it 3 in a row, and he does. 7 consecutive points for Georgia Southern. What do you have, big fella? And just like the Illini wanted to draw it up, a 9-0 run out of the gate. We've played just 2 minutes, and already the Orange Crush enjoying their Friday evening greatly. We'll see if it continues when we come back.
You probably only need one good reason to talk to Shelter. Insurance for your car, home, business, boat, farm, or life. But we can give you more than 1,300 reasons to talk to us. They're the same reasons why so many of our customers are so satisfied with their policies. Shelter agents. When we started in 1946, our agents all agreed on one thing. This that counts is the personal kind. There's no better way to do business.
Why can't I come up? Sorry, Sarah, but there's no girls allowed. Not even girls with old recipe ice cream?
Prairie Farms Premium Old Recipe Ice Cream is full of all the homemade goodness that smart women know kids love.
So from now on, there are going to be some new rules around here. Huh? Okay? Mm-hmm.
Taste the homemade goodness of Old Recipe Ice Cream.
Someone's about to lose. Welcome back, everyone. Georgia Southern, last touch of the game, Dante Genny with the jump shot that went up and in. 17-22 remaining first half. Just getting started, and what a great start for Bruce Weber and the Fighting Illini.
Yeah, he wanted to come out of the box. There you see his 4th season here, and it was only lost 1 game here at the Assembly Hall. What an impressive winning percentage at 85%. But there's no one better in the business. I mean, he really had to move around the chess pieces early in the season, and a lot of these guys haven't had a lot of experience in playing with each other, and have done a great job here so far.
One of the guys, the coach, was the guy who's off to a great start, Warren Carter.
Yeah, Carter really, they worked overtime with his jump shot. He's really came to Illinois more as a scorer, but it's the defensive, it's the rebounding aspect. He's really adjusted this game because they've had a lot of guys go down with injuries.
Carter's made his first 3 shots. Gets it over to Brock. Swings it to Frazier. And a whistle underneath, and it's going to go against Illinois.
Yeah, Pruitt working hard down on the blocks. Got called for the 3-second call, but look, they're looking to get the ball inside. Good perimeter defense by Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern began their season playing in the CBE Classic in Durham, and they just blew the doors off of UC Davis. They scored 116 points against the Aggies. That was the most points ever scored by a non-Duke team at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Now, they didn't do it against Duke, but still 116 points against anyone is impressive. They went on to lose the following night against Duke, 72-48.
Well, they do have offensive firepower, and this is a team that once they get hot, they're tough to stop. Defensively, Illinois has come out with energy on the defensive end, and they've slowed this team down a little bit early on in the first half.
Jeff Price watches Lewis Graham knock home the first free throw. Graham in search of history this evening. He is currently tied for the school's all-time block leader. One more block, and the junior from West Palm Beach, Florida, will have more blocks than anyone in the history of the program. We'll keep an eye on that. Up high, Chester Frazier gets inside, dips a block. There's history right there. Graham gets the block of the shot from Brock. But a foul called in the backcourt.
Yeah, nice job by Graham to come over, release, and he'll give good help defense. And he times that. You can see why he's a great shot blocker.
There's actually a traveling call in the backcourt. So the turnover gives it back over to Illinois. And another whistle. This time it goes against Georgia Southern. What are some goals for Illinois in tonight's game against a team like Georgia Southern?
I think that they really want to be able to defensively be very sound and make so far what Georgia Southern takes, have them make several touches, rotate the basketball, take some air, and there you see really offensively, everybody's really doing a good job offensively, knowing their role. When you have a lot of new faces out there, especially from a coaching perspective, it's hard to run a nice fluid offense, but that hasn't been the case here in the first half.
And a reaching in foul is going to be whistled on Trent Meacham.
He's a guy that grew up here in Champaign, and I've known his parents for years. And he came out and they did the starting lineup. He got so nervous that he didn't even come out. Frazier came out instead, and I looked over at his parents. They were laughing, but you could tell even though he had some butterflies right there, there's his dad, Stu, and I used to play basketball with him a long time ago. Great parents, but what a great thrill for his family to come back home and play some hoops.
Lewis Graham at the elbow. Faces up against Carter. And a 5-second call. On the floor, time now for a network break. Illinois on top of Georgia Southern, 11-3.
You probably only need one good reason to talk to Shelker.
On asks, what's your resolution? Saving more money? During Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event, get total savings of $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Offers end November 30th. See your Nissan dealer now.
We all have some things we really wish for. And only a bank that gets to know you can help you make them possible. LaSalle Bank, making more possible.
The 2007 Chevy Impala gets an EPA estimated 31 miles per gallon highway, and it's backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Learn more. Go to Yahoo and click Autos.
Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Impala 1LT for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Impala 1LT for around $199 a month.
Style has a face.
I'm ecstatic. I heard that.
Style has a place.
Can you dig it?
And every weeknight, you can be styling too.
Who loves you, baby?
With the Insider.
Get connected.
One-on-one.
Yeah!
Girlfriends. Bernie Mac.
Good girl.
Style has a home.
Sounds like my kind of party. I want to go.
Weeknights from 5 to 7 on WCIU Channel 26, The U.
Awesome!
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? Saving more money? During Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event, get total savings of $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Offers end November 30th. See your Nissan dealer now.
Georgia Southern 11-3. Illinois, they've made 5 of their first 6 shots, and Doug, there's a reason for that.
Likes to really push the point of attack, the ball. You see Meacham does a good job of recognizing that. Then he pulls up under control. I mean, that's perfect. Again, when guys are penetrating, they get to the open spot, reading the defense, good spacing, and guys are drilling their shots. And that's how you handle good pressure basketball. I mean, there's one thing about Jeff Price, who likes to get after you defensively. And right now, he's got to adjust it maybe a little bit. Don't be so don't be so aggressive on the defensive end.
Pressure in the backcourt, almost a turnover, but instead it resulted in for Calvin Brock. Brock with 4 points. Jimmy Tobias picks up his dribble, guarded by Meacham. Inside, Graham, half hook. And before the shot, they're going to call him for a travel.
Yeah, there you see an example. Graham only weighs 200 pounds. He gets in that post area, put some Big Ten bodies on him. He had a hard time getting his feet squared and gets called for traveling.
Folks, get used to seeing the 5 on the floor right now for Illinois. Actually, they do have this into the game, replacing Sean Pruitt, but they're going to play a lot of minutes. Probably only about 7-8 guys are going to play tonight.
Yeah, Frazier against Jackson State towards the end of the game was cramping up, and Bruce Weber looked at him and said, I wish I could get somebody in there to substitute you, but Chester, you're going to have to work it out, buddy. He's a tough guy, football player in high school. He can gut it out with the best of them.
Tobias with that last bucket for the Eagles.
A good rotation and a good ball reversal.
Wide open look. Meacham knocks in the triple.
Great down screen to release Meacham on the baseline.
They're going to call a foul when it's going to go against Illinois. Looked like it could have went against Foreman for using the forearm. But instead, it's called against Illinois.
Yeah, it seems like all great shooters, they talk about good release, but they got good footwork. See how he squares up, shoulders are squared, perfect position, and then you see the nice, big, strong legs, and that's great shooters have great lower body strength, and Meacham has a quick release, too, on top of it all.
Dante Genny leaves it. Graham, a little bit short. Extra pass. Leaves Frazier open. Can't knock in the triple. Quickly the other way. Genny the jumper off the front of the iron. Out of bounds, and it will go to Illinois.
Yeah, Genny's got to knock that down. That was a wide open. That's in the transitional break when they come down, and nothing there initially. He's got to, when he gets those open opportunities, which have been few here early on, he's got to knock them down.
Illinois a year ago, 26 wins, just 7 losses. Came in second in the Big Ten. Advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament. This year, nothing has come easily so far. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay at the Fighting Illini.
Well, again, when you have guys get injured, it gives opportunities, guys. Meacham probably wouldn't have been playing that much this early on, but Brock's the same thing. He's playing in that 3 spot where Randall would play, and you've got to take advantage of your opportunities.
Substitution on the floor. Chester Frazier leaves. He's replaced by Richard Semrau. Illinois, they're going to go big here with 13:59 remaining in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Coach Weber talking things over with the troops, and we talked to Coach Weber before the game, and we asked him how he's handled the early season adversity.
With a suspension and now 2 major injuries, you probably have your 3 best guys, at least your 3 veterans that you were dependent on, and so but all I do is talk about the positive. This gives an opportunity for Calvin Brock, for Trent Meacham, Brian Carro, Richard Simmer on down the line, that they're getting minutes, live minutes.
Yeah, and Bruce Weber has to be pleased with how a guy like a Trent Meacham transferred here. He began his college career at Dayton. When he transferred here, they did say, you may not play, but he's playing right now and playing real well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great 3-point shooter, shot 46% behind the arc his freshman year. I mean, he's an excellent college basketball player, and one thing Bruce Weber talked about this team is that he's never had a team that works so hard. I mean, these guys, he said that's been the fun of coaching them in practice, and you could see tonight with them coming out. I mean, this might be the D. Brown's gone and Augustine and rest to shine, and they've really stepped up in the spotlight, and they're playing extremely well here coming out of the box.
Warren Carter trying to make it 2 in a row. And it's a 12-point lead for Illinois. Back in the game comes Chester Frazier. His rest didn't last very long. He subs in for Warren Carter, who goes to the bench with a game-high 9 points.
To get the ball into getting and get him some more opportunities. He just seems offensively just to be really out of it. Meacham's done a good job of denying him the basketball. And also, Foreman's got to create off the drive a little bit, just like that.
Thiago Salazar just checked into the game and uses the backboard on a 3-ball.
Yeah, but his penetration by Foreman can create some mismatches and get these other guys some scoring opportunities.
They're going to call it a long 2 for Salazar. Up and in, Marcus Arnold hits his first bucket of the game. Fields fires a cross-court pass. Open man is Graham. Out of bounds, last touched by Trent Meacham.
I mean, Illinois here so far in this game is doing a great job of just guys getting the buckets. Again, open spot there. Arnold sets his feet, and Meacham finds him. Great vision. I mean, this is very rare when you see guys coming off the bench and really playing like they're starters right now. I mean, there's a lot of, and again, because of all the injuries, practice-wise, these guys get to spend a lot. They've really stepped it up.
Matt Fields called for that traveling violation, giving the ball back over to Illinois. Another turnover for Georgia Southern. Brock, Meacham, and Frazier working in the backcourt for Illinois.
Yeah, Georgia Southern in a 2-3 zone now, trying to mix it up, confuse the young Illini.
Skip past Meacham, open look. Brock the offensive rebound, 6-footer up and in. Quickly the other way, hand has it stripped away, and it'll stay with the Eagles.
Yeah, you see Brock, I mean, he plays that 3 spot. Everybody thought when he came from high school that he'd be more of a 2-guard, but he's a little more comfortable playing that swing position. And he's played an extremely good game here so far. I mean, he's done a good job of letting the game come to him offensively. He hasn't really forced too much out there, and defensively, he's a very sound player.
Coming out of Chicago's Public League, he was a tremendous performer playing at Simeon High School.
Yeah, and he redshirted. I remember his freshman year. He put a lot of time out here on the court.
Loose ball fought for. Antoine Johnson and Richard Semrau going after it. And they're going to call it jump ball.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with Illinois' defense. I mean, this is an excellent offensive team. And right now, Georgia Southern really trying to figure out, spin the dial a little bit, try to unlock the code here, and they're having a hard time.
Contested shot. Fields misses everything. Warren Carter really closed out on that. Illinois up by 14, looking for more. Semrau. Little 2-man game. Carter open on the wing, and how about that? There were questions about his jumper. I don't think so.
Well, he was struggling with his jumper, and there was just good defense. They doubled out on the perimeter. He released again to that open spot. Meacham with good court vision.
Steal. Frazier. Game for Illinois. And now the veterans on Georgia Southern just trying to slow things down. Lewis Graham, the junior, good job of collecting himself and knocking home the jumper.
Yeah, Frazier and Meacham look like they're all Big Ten right now. They're running the show, and offensive and defensively, they're just doing everything.
Every loose ball going the way of the Fighting Illini.
And as a coach, that's what you want to see. You want to see guys really play with that high energy, get that loose ball.
Timeout on the floor. Illinois feeling the vibe. Warren Carter, he's got the hot hand. He's got a game-high 11 points. Can he keep it up? We'll see.
Don asks, what's your resolution? Saving more money? During Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event, get total savings of $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Offers end November 30th. See your Nissan dealer now.
We all have some things we really wish for. And only a bank that gets to know you can help you make them possible. LaSalle Bank, making more possible.
The 2007 Chevy Impala gets an EPA estimated 31 miles per gallon highway, and it's backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Learn more. Go to
Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Impala 1LT for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Impala 1LT for around $199 a month.
Style has a face.
I'm ecstatic.
I heard that.
Style has a place.
Can you dig it?
And every weeknight, you can be styling too.
Who loves you, baby?
With the Insider.
Get connected.
One-on-one.
Yeah!
Girlfriends.
You got to keep it fresh.
And Bernie Mac.
Good girl.
Style has a home.
Sounds like my kind of party. I want to go.
WCIU Channel 26, the U.
Awesome!
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? Saving more money? During Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event, get total savings of $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Offers end November 30th. See your Nissan dealer now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Assembly Hall here in Champaign. Right now, Illinois flexing some muscle on top of Georgia Southern, 26-10. Let's take a look at the FSC upcoming schedule with a look at some of the bigger games coming up for Illinois in the next couple of weeks. Maryland in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, and then a game on the road against Arizona. December 19th at Missouri. Which one catches your eye, Doug?
Well, I mean, the Missouri game's always a big game. I mean, they go down there and play the bragging rights game, and that's an emotional game, and Illinois has had the upper hand there. But Maryland's a big test. They come in here. Illinois has had great success here, and I think for this young team, a team with a lot of different parts coming in after having a lot of seniors leave the last couple of years, that'll be if they can win that game, it'll be a big confidence.
Illinois picking up where they left off Wednesday against Jackson State. Second half against Jackson State, all they did was shoot 73%. They're shooting 73% right now. Inside, Salazar, his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, Illinois really done a good job on the boards there. Only not giving Georgia Southern many looks there. Salazar doing a good job in there, getting offensive glass and then going up strong.
Meacham picks up his dribble. Over to Semrau.
On their defense, you can see they're picking it up after that timeout.
Inside, high-low, Pruitt takes his time and can't get the roll. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Well, Illinois, we keep talking about how they feed up the Orange Crush in the crowd here at Assembly Hall. They currently have the nation's longest streak of wins at home against non-conference teams. That's going to be challenged when Maryland.
I mean, this place has become one of the tougher venues. It always has been, but those crazies right there, they bring it every night, and the students come in here, and it was started by Lou Henson many years ago, and Lon Kruger, brought it up a couple notches, and when Bruce has been here, he's been giving them pizzas, he's been feeding them. When you're in college, man, when someone feeds you, you respond. He knows how to make them happy.
Bruce Weber, all he's done is go 44-2 here at Assembly Hall so far in his fourth season. Salazar, senior from Brazil, loses it, gets it over to Graham.
Yeah, you can see like Georgia Southern really trying to get in an offensive set. They're not really a half-court team. And Illinois on the transition game has shut that down. That they've struggled trying to run their offense against a bigger Illinois team.
Graham, another jump ball, another jumper that hits nothing.
And see, that's what happens when you're a transition team, and you can take away that transition and then come down and make them run their sets. Offensively, they're not. And in Illinois, starting to gain confidence defensively. They start to take some risks. So someone's got to step up in that half-court game. Got to get the ball inside. Maybe Salazar, he's a guy that can respond, the big fella inside.
Antoine Johnson goes to the bench, replaced by Dante Guinea. Guinea off to a slow start so far today with just 2 points. The average is 15.
And it just doesn't seem like he's had many good looks at all. He had a couple shots early, but nothing lately right now. Illinois really doing a good job of denying him the basket.
Brock pestered by Foreman. To Semrau. Inside, Pruitt, the left-hander. Little too strong. Rebound cleared by Tobias.
Yeah, nice block out Tobias on the weak side.
Guinea, senior from Tallahassee, Florida. Over to Foreman. Foreman didn't start last year, but he did lead the team in assists off the bench. Throws a nice, but everything is missed by Tobias. Jump shot off the mark. Ahead of the pop. Brock. No, but he's fouled.
You know, Tobias goes up, shoots the air ball, then compounds it, doesn't get back defensively. I mean, even though you missed that shot, you can't pose on it. You got to get back on defense. And that's how Brock got behind the D.
So Calvin Brock will shoot 2, and I'm going to put you on the spot, Doug. He's been in the program for a couple of years now. Calvin Brock is a sophomore. What can Coach Weber expect this year?
Well, I think he's a guy, probably one of the most athletic kids on the team. I mean, he is really can go upstairs, great jumper, and can run the floor, do everything. Ball handling, I don't think is a great strength for him. So I think that 2 spot, he'll struggle a little bit. I think if he can move into the swing position, even though he's 6'4", he can really elevate. He can go upstairs. And then defensively, with the speed and quickness, he can create a lot of problems out there.
The offensive rebound by Arnold, and he is fouled.
You know, he just, every night, he gives it his all, 100%. And, I mean, he just, he's got some sore knees, and sometimes he got some aches and pains, but you don't know it. And he's going to come off that bench, and he's going to give you some energy. He's going to give relief to some of the starters, the big guys.
Shows a soft touch.
Yeah, we talk about guys putting a body on someone. And there you can just see the strength of Arnold. I mean, Salazar, he's a big guy. I mean, you can see right there, you know, when you play in the Big Ten, you got to hold your ground. And Arnold just went in there with some tremendous upper body strength.
With this 18-point lead, Coach Weber doing some substitutions. Out goes Sean Pruitt. He's replaced by the freshman from Maywood, Illinois, Brian Carlwell.
And they think of the world of this guy. They think that even though he's a young guy, he thinks they've got, he's 6'11", 265 pounds. They think the future is bright for him.
Resume. He comes from the same high school that produced D. Brown, among others. Tobias takes a big power dribble, and he is fouled on his way to the basket.
And the one thing about Bruce Weber, when you're a big guy, he doesn't care. He wants you to go out and point and be able to double team from the point of attack. Carwell, you can see right there, being a freshman, was a little bit slow coming out. But this is a good experience for him. You're up by 19. He gets out there and gets to mix it up a little bit.
Whistles so far early in this game. Every year the officials have a different point of emphasis of things that they're going to call. What are some of the things that you anticipate seeing being called this year?
Well, one of the things that, again, they called it early was they don't want you palming the basketball. They don't want you to take advantage of that. And they have been calling that early in the season. The other thing is contact. They don't want especially in the post area, guys just to put the forearm up, let you get away with some bumping. And they're trying to really, again, that's a point of emphasis. They want to clean that up, especially in the post.
Basketball there.
Yeah, and one thing is when you're running out of bounds, you can't jump in the air and then call timeout. Once you break that plane going out of bounds, they're going to call you going the other way.
I think that's probably unanimous among basketball fans everywhere that they like that rule change.
Yeah, well, Scottie Pippen started that with the Bulls. I remember back when in their heyday, and everybody sort of started doing that. Now it's gotten out of control.
Shot missed inside by Arnold. Rebound pulled down by Carlwell, but a whistle. Southern. It is a Friday evening here in Champaign, Illinois, and right now Illinois playing very well against Georgia Southern. Shot clock violation. Calvin Brock didn't hit anything on his jump shot. Alongside Doug Altenberger, I'm Eric Collins. The Illini came out shooting very well early in this game, mainly led by Warren Carter, who has 11 points early in this game. And Georgia Southern just trying to play catch-up right now.
Yeah, Illinois just come out firing on all cylinders. Offensively, good ball rotation. Everybody's hitting their open spot. Defensively, I've really slowed down a quick transition team like Georgia Southern.
Illegal screen set by Ryan Hines, and it's going to give the ball back over to Bruce Weber's bunch. We'll see what they do with the basketball when we come back.
It's every corn grower's biggest decision. What's the right seed corn for this season? You want the latest technology, proven performance, superior profitability. So what do? Well, it really comes down to one simple choice. Business like farming. Pick Win. FS Seed Corn. The start of a winning season. Talk to your FS crop specialist today.
This is Casey.
This is Matt. This is Meredith. This is Larry. And this is a reminder, life is wonderful. Insure it. We do every day. Out more about life insurance and our agents at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. Seek shelter today.
Honey, I think I found the problem.
Want an easy way to keep your engine clean? Use Conoco and Phillips 66 Quality Pro Clean gasolines. They meet the tough top-tier standard Honda, GM, and Toyota to help keep your engine running its best. Conoco and Phillips 66. Life happens between empty and full.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You are the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-464-3216.
7:55 remaining. Right now, Georgia Southern trailing Illinois 31-14. There's Jamar Smith, sophomore out of Peoria. A lot of excitement around him. He scored 19 points against Austin Peay in the first half on Monday and then had the unfortunate ankle sprain. Georgia Southern turnovers. They are the story. What does Georgia Southern need to do to keep the ball in their possession a little longer?
Well, I mean, they are a team that does turn it over, and they do. That's because they play up tempo. And when you go on the road, you've got to really take care of the basketball. It's very difficult to win in a place, especially like Champaign, where you've already got 9 turnovers. You still got almost 8 minutes to go in the first half. So, like you say, play more under control. Let the game come to you.
Meacham. Friendly roll. You can tell he's a hometown kid. He gets the hometown bounce.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Good rotation. Good things happen. Oh, what a shot.
Circus
by Foreman. Oh, my gosh. All you saw were orange jerseys. And
so you can tell that Foreman is an English major, the way he used the backboard. That ball had a ton of spin on it. Frazier over to Brock. Working it around the perimeter. Pass stolen away. And do they get the timeout? Sliding out of bounds, that was Genny. He had the ball, and I guess he had control and called timeout before he went over the end line.
Yeah, again, a lot of times they'll call you traveling for that, because if you're sliding like that, it feels like you're not in control of the ball, and the officials get it. But he was able to dive in there, and then all of a sudden, before he went out of bounds, a close call there, but the official was right on top of it.
That seems awfully close to what we were just talking about a moment ago. One of the new rule changes is that you can't call timeout, not in control.
Well, he says he called it before he hit the plane, and it looked like it was pretty close there, and the officials gave it to him. But yeah, it's ironic. We just talked about it about 30 seconds ago, and there you see a prime example of it. But if he would have gone a little bit if he would have been in the air, for sure, out of bounds, they would have called it the other way.
Well, Jeff Price, he's got a good thing going on down at Statesboro, Georgia. We talk about the fact that he's never had a losing record while at Georgia Southern. This is now his 8th season. Last year, they had a 20-win season. They were the regular season Southern Conference, but they lost in their conference tournament. They lost against in the quarterfinals, and they didn't make it to the NCAA tournament. They had to settle for the NIT instead, where they lost in the first round against Charlotte.
I mean, this is an excellent basketball team. They went into Duke, and in the first half, they were tied with that powerhouse at Cameron. And so you could see that this team, they come in here with, not like they don't think they can give Illinois a good game here, but Illinois really, I mean, I think here so far in this game they've played nearly a perfect game.
Meacham, skip pass over to Frazier. Frazier left alone. He'll take the jumper and hit it.
And Eric, when you're hitting your shots, everything looks good, doesn't it? There they go to zone after a timeout. Georgia Southern does. Frazier and Meacham recognize that. Good cross-court pass, and Frazier, he's got the confidence and knocks down that three-pointer.
First three-pointer made this season. Off the bench, wild shot. Kenneth Ward can't hit it. Rebound, Illinois. Baseline jumper. Arnold, no good. Follow, no good by Brock. Had a good look at it. Ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Fighting Illini.
I mean, again, Illinois very unselfish on offense. Everybody rotates over. And again, we talked about Brock's ability, athletic example of it, going up against the offensive glass. Wasn't able to convert, though.
Semrau back in the game. He replaces Marcus Arnold. Anthony Marshall has just checked in, wearing number 32 for Georgia Southern. Marshall currently matched up against Calvin Brock running the baseline. And Brock gets free. Semrau loses it. Stolen away by Graham. Foul trying to get it back.
Yeah, Semrau, you've got Semrau in there, and also Carwell. You got two young, inexperienced guys who are trying to do a little high-low game, get it inside, and good pressure by Georgia Southern, recognizing that the freshman's got the ball, and they cause a turnover.
What does Bruce Weber expect to get out of Semrau as opposed to get out of Carwell?
Well, he gives you a little more mobility away from the basket, and
double dribble called on Foreman.
And he's a guy that you know, probably doesn't right now as a freshman. You come out here, he's got the ability to knock down that three-pointer too. He's got some range in that jumper.
He's from Grafton, Ohio, not too far away from Cleveland. Semrau looking for the ball in the block. They don't get it to him. Pops out. He has it on the wing now.
He can post up inside. He can dribble it. Puts a lot of pressure on your defense. You see a good example. He'll fit well in Bruce Weber's system.
Away from the ball, it's going to go against Illinois. I think they whistled Chester Frazier for the personal.
Yeah, you have to give Jeff Price that one. He was barking in the official's ear right there, and he got the call. He got a little excited down there. And again, we talk about one of the points of emphasis off the ball. Guys, another thing that they stressed was when you set a screen, you can't have your feet literally wider than your shoulder width. So if you go out there and really try to get a big base and spread your feet out and you set a screen, they're going to call it the other way. And that's what happened on the possession before, and they just called it down here against Marshall on the other end.
Well, welcome to the game, Anthony Marshall. Just checked into the game, and less than 60 seconds into it, he's called for the offensive foul. 37-16 is our score, coming up on the 5-minute mark. Illinois has played very well as a team so far in this first half. Warren Carter came out of the shooting very shocked. He's got 11 points. He's going to check in at the next whistle. And there is that next whistle. It's going to be a holding foul called on Marshall. Foul number 2 on the sophomore from Lake Worth, Florida.
Number 32, Marshall, his second 18 fouls.
That's now the 18th foul, so we'll have free throws for Calvin Brock as Marshall goes to the bench.
Yeah, he won't look too good in the box score. 5 seconds and 2 fouls. He got in there, tried to mix it up, then you see settle him down a little bit. He got in there, got fired up. Sometimes when you come off that bench, you want to make some things happen.
And Brock misses the front end of a 1-and-1. That's been a problem so far in 3 games for Illinois. They're shooting just 47% from the free throw line.
And they're the type of team that if they, you know, they're going to get to the free throw line. And they're not a great outside shooting team. They're a team that drives it to the basket. They like to initiate contact, so you're going to get to the free throw line.
Meacham bounces it over, down low to Pruitt. And the ball stolen away. Foreman taking it himself, up and in. Wayne Foreman with the bucket.
Now, Pruitt had that ball in the blocks. He's just got to go up, be a little bit stronger, take care of that basketball. There's nobody else around him. Salazar was able to tip it away, but got to be a little meaner and tougher inside, getting that post area. Those big guys are always asking for the ball. Once you get it, you got to take care of business, so the guards won't throw it back to you.
Carter a little bit too strong, and here comes Foreman again. The Eagles with numbers. Pull-up shot up and in.
Yeah, that's vintage Foreman right there. In the transition, you can see when he gets in the open court, much more comfortable.
He's got a half dozen, and the lead is cut down to 17. And now the defense stepping up a bit. Ball knocked out of bounds by Genny. Timeout on the floor, 3:40 remaining. Wayne Foreman and Georgia Southern, they still think they've got a shot. Pull-up jumper by the junior. 17-point game.
Baby.
You want funny TV?
Isn't it glorious?
Feel good TV.
Give me a warm, tingling feeling inside.
Then stick with the U for the Bernie Mac Show. It's fresh.
Bernie Mac style.
It's electrifying.
Oh, my.
It's...
I love this part.
The many moods of Mac. The Bernie Mac Show, weeknights at 6:30 on WCIU Channel 26, The U.
It might be about paying less at the pump. Or putting less in the air. It might be about driving the car of tomorrow. Or giving something back today. Everyone has their reason. Maybe that's why Toyota has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
I know.
Every guy's looking to go high def. Our pledge is to help you wow them with the ultimate system.
Like the latest from LG. LG TVs let you see and feel everything in true digital reality. Now save up to $300 when you buy an LG TV with any home theater installation. Only at Best Buy.
The 2 Pala gets an EPA estimated 31 miles per gallon highway, and it's backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Learn more. Go to Yahoo and click Autos.
Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Impala 1LT for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Impala 1LT for around $199 a month.
Welcome back, everyone. Illinois on top of Georgia 20. Well, here in Champaign, good things come in threes for the Fighting Illini.
Eric, and for Jeff Price, the scouting report is these guys don't shoot the three-pointer real well. Carter been struggling from the perimeter. He knocks down a three. You know Meacham's a good three-point shooter. He finally got loose and got the shooter's roll. But Frazier makes his first of the year, and you know, these are the guys that are beating. The guys that you probably will give them the three-pointer.
So far today, Illinois 4 for 6 from behind the line. And Doug, this isn't a new thing. Far this season, as a team, they're shooting 48% from behind the arc.
Yeah, and 67% tonight. I mean, you leave them open, and I think one thing about it is just not one guy. Even though Smith is hurt with the foot, he's a tremendous three-point shooter. But it's the rest of the team. I mean, guys are just really comfortable out there offensively. And when you are, that's when you make jump shots.
Ball slapped out of bounds by the Eagles. It'll stay with Illinois.
Now, sometimes we talk about chemistry in sports, and the team has a lot of that offensively. You could see guys very comfortable, and they know where to play. That wasn't always the case last year. The times they stood around and watched D. Brown try to create his own offense. This is a whole different look offensively, and this is the first time I've really had a chance to get down and see him. I'm very excited the way they're playing offensively.
Tough move by Meacham. No call. And a foul call that I think they're going to call that on Warren Carter. Carter diving for the loose ball and breaking the call.
Well, he's not happy because there's a lot of contact down, and usually when two guys go up, it's the offensive player. If he initiates contact, he's going to get that call. And then down on the other end, Weber thought that Carter had a good steal right there. He had the basketball then out of nowhere, so he's going to give the official there a little an earful right now.
Jontavius Rucker had just checked into the game, and welcome to the line. He misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Rucker hadn't played in a couple of games. Got a DNP against Duke a couple of days ago, so he obviously is not in the flow. Ball slapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Illinois.
And on top of that, Bruce Weber, one reason he's upset, that's the third foul on Carter, so he goes out. That's a big series of events right there.
Iowa Hawkeyes, Steve Alford's bunch feeling good about their performance. They have a win over the Toledo Rockets today. Michigan State over the Colonels of Eastern Kentucky, 74-45. Are you a believer in Thad Matta's team this year?
I was a believer last year. I mean, those kids play hard for him defensively. He brings it every night, and I think kids love playing for him. I mean, he's a full package. He recruits, he coaches. He's a young guy, so you can relate to him. And we talked about the offensive glass. Guys go up when you play a zone. And you got to put a body on those big guys. Got to always know where they're at. I mean, coaches talk about it a lot. Got to make contact. Got to go find an orange jersey.
Meacham hits the first free throw. Chris Hicks, walk-on from Chicago, his first game time. He replaces Richard Semrau. Hicks, a fan favorite, gets a nice welcome. And Meacham makes both.
Those walk-ons, they work just as hard as the scholarship guys, and
sometimes harder.
Yeah, and they do, and they don't get, especially in practice, they don't get a lot of offensive sets. So Hicks is out there, he's feeling it right now. He's like, hey, if I get the green light, I'm gonna put it up.
Away from the basket, Giogo Salazar called for the travel. That's the second time he's been whistled for that infraction today.
Yeah, and what happens when you go against a team like Illinois, you start to make other guys try to make stuff happen. Salazar, 6'10", he's trying to put the ball on the floor. That's not his strength. He needs to get in the post area.
And another foul called, maybe a little ticky-tack. 30 feet away from the bucket, Jimmy Tobias called for getting too handsy. So more free throws for Illinois.
And you see right now, I think Georgia Southern's starting to lose their composure right now. Things haven't gone well offensively, and they're starting to make some very difficult fouls out there. Not very smart fouls at all. And on the road here, especially in the Big Ten venue, you can't get upset at your teammates. I've seen a couple times coaches and the players pointing at their heads, say, hey, think out there.
Hicks just checked into the game, makes the first of 2 free throws. Junior from Chicago's Whitney Young High School, the former Dolphin, hits the pair. Foreman over to Genny. Genny in the paint. Genny could score.
Yeah, he did a nice job on the read. Brock was fouling him. He curled on that screen, put it on the floor. That was a very difficult shot. He was able to convert.
Genny with 4 points now. Almost steals it away from Brock, who was lackadaisical with his dribble.
Yeah, we talked about getting it in the open, and he just hasn't had a lot of good looks. Here comes off a screen, good defense, good help, has to go over Pruitt, and he needs to get some more touches in the first half.
He's only shot the ball 4 times,
yeah,
2 for 4.
And with a guy with his offensive ability, there's no reason why he shouldn't get some more shots on.
Brock pull up from 6. Lead up to 21. Steal. And now Brock going to set things up. Maybe not. Inside, Pruitt is pushed along the baseline.
Yeah, but here, when he can take 2 or 3 dribbles with a purpose and then goes up, vertical, doesn't come over. Salazar tried to take the charge. That's a tough move right there. Brock's smiling. Things are going well for him here in the first half.
Pruitt up and in. Pruitt left-handed from West Aurora High School. There's another pretty good left-hander from West Aurora High School.
You got me on going brain dead, right?
Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Battle.
I should know that for sure. You got me on that one. There's no question. Pruitt is a guy who's, he's just got some great size out there and strength, and he's a big boy. And, you could see his stamina building up. And last year, he could only play maybe 15, 18 minutes. And, he's with the added strength that he's got now, he's much more comfortable out there.
Both Pruitt and Battle coached by legendary head coach Gordy Kirkman while playing for the Blackhawks. Western suburb of Chicago. And a tie-up in the paint.
Yeah, my good friend back in the 70s, when I get home, I'm sure I'll get a phone call for that one. He's going to give me a hard time. Oh, he's a good Aurora boy, too.
Possession arrow stays with Georgia Southern. Big fella Brian Carlwell checks back into the game, replacing the man we keep talking about, Sean Pruitt, former Blackhawk.
The thing about Illinois, they got a lot of size in there. They come off and Pruitt comes on the bench. Carwell they don't lose much, and they bring Arnold in too. They've got a lot of 6'4" coming off the bench.
John Tavius Rucker hits his first three-pointer of the season. 20-point lead, 1 minute to play, first half. Illinois shooting 54% from the field as a team here in the first half. Not bad. Carlwell loses it. They've taken his eye off that pass, and the ball spins away from his fingertips. So the big freshman commits the turnover. That's the 9th turnover for Illinois.
And that's what happens when you're a freshman. You're worrying about, you know, what are you running and where am I supposed to be, and you know, all these different things that, you know, you forget to catch the basketball, and that's what he just did right there.
Tough shot from distance. Foreman misses. Rebound cleared by Illinois. And now they can hold for the final shot. 20. Illinois trying to extend that lead. Meacham works off a screen. And a 5-second call. I guess he wasn't making a move towards the basket.
Well, Carwell was coming up to set that screen. They were going to run a play, and he was just a little bit late. Meacham waited for him, and he knew he was getting close to 5 seconds. He gave him a little jab, tried to give him some space, but not enough.
So now the Eagles can hold for the last shot. Foreman over to Genny. Too strong. Rebound. Snatched down by Arnold, and that'll do it. So after 20 minutes of play, Warren Carter and the Illinois Fighting Illini looking good. Shooting over 50% in the first half. The Illini on top 45-25. When we come back, we'll have halftime highlights and a lot of good stuff for you.
Are you one of these kinds of dads? When the kids came along, did you promise yourself, I never want to look back and wish I'd spent less time at the office?
Confident, and Carter set the tone, and then their ability really to finish shots, I mean, I thought was exceptional. Not a great three-point shooting team, but they seemed to put it on the floor and then pull up. That seemed to be a consistent theme in the first half.
Let's take a look at the first half numerically. In case you missed it, here are the stats that matter. It's a play.
Yeah, I mean, they shot 54%. I mean, and from the three-point land. But really, what the key was, they pounded them on the boards. Illinois really flexed their strength down in the post area, and you see the points off turnovers. Georgia Southern really had a hard time controlling the basketball.
Well, Illinois, without Jamar Smith, Brian Randall, and Richard McBride, they wondered where the scoring was going to come from. But so far, pretty even scoring all up and down that lineup.
Yeah, and Eric, like you said, Carter really came out of the blocks and hit everything. He cooled down, then Brock stepped. Offensively, I mean, they look like they weren't missing those guys at all, like they don't need them back. I mean, they look offensively, they didn't miss a beat out there.
All right, let's talk about Georgia Southern. They're a good team. Last year, they're a 20-win team. What do they need to do in the second half to get back into this one?
Well, they need to forget about the score. And they need to just go out and play like it's 0-0. And they've got to take something positive away from this game right now. Try to get it within 10. But they've got to get their transition game going. I mean, that's vintage Georgia Southern basketball. They can't get set in that half court where Illinois gets those big guys. So offensively, they need to really defensively cause some turnovers, get the ball going up and down the court a little bit more.
And Genny, we talked about him at the beginning of the game. Dante Genny, he was their leading scorer. He had just 5 shots in the first half.
Well, he's got to work harder off the ball. I mean, a lot of times, you know, guys love to touch it and do everything, but it's off the ball, using your screens. He did that one time. Remember, he curled in the first half, did a good job there. But other than that, you know, he's not moving without the basketball. I mean, and if you don't move, it's easy to guard you. So if I'm his coach, I'm like, hey, you guys down low, come off some screens and look for that jump shot.
All right, one final time to catch your breath. Take a small break, because when we come back, we will have more basketball. It's the Illinois Fighting Illini trying to finish off the game the way that they started, with impressive fashion. They're up 20. Second half is next.
It might mean less stops at the pump, or that you've got better things to spend your money on than gas. Maybe. Or being a part of something bigger. Everyone has their reason. Maybe that's why Toyota has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
I'm actually kind of having fun.
Me too.
Go away! Relax and have some fun with a U 5 nights a week.
Exhibit A. Daddy He's got a big appetite.
3 big shows.
I like the sound of that.
Becker.
Who do I think I am? Frasier?
Plus.
And why? Because I'm Frasier.
And the King of Queens. So relax. It's Laugh Out Loud Funny. Weeknights beginning at 8 on Channel 26 The U.
I did it. Lived in my center for 7 days. Done. Wheels, as they say. You're right, Mr. Nissan dealer. You can pretty much live out of it. See you guys. My next generation Nissan Sentra.
When they were ready to talk, the insider was there to listen.
I don't like to talk about it, but I'm willing to with you, Pat.
When they were on stage, the insider was waiting backstage.
Is it hard to keep a relationship in
I wouldn't know.
When the insider was on the guest list.
I think we will have children.
Now, get ready to go where only the insider takes you.
You're with us now.
I'm with the insider now.
Come on, let's get inside.
Everybody wants in. We get you there. Weeknights at 5 and 7 on WCIU.
Welcome back, everyone. The Orange Crush, that's what they call their fans here. They're enjoying this one on a Friday evening. An impressive first half for Illinois. They're on top of Georgia Southern, 45-25. That's our score here. Let's take a look at some scores from around the country doing battle against Northeastern. And they got a final and a big win, a 26-point win for Jamie Dixon's bunch. Ohio State, we talked about them, and Thad Matta, his youngsters, big win against Eastern Kentucky.
And they're doing this without Odom back. I mean, he had the hand surgery, and they're looking strong. We just wait till when he gets back into the mix.
LSU, how about that? Geez, they're almost tripling the score of Nicholls State. And Texas, a close one. They just barely knock off St. John's, a 1-point win. Texas.
Yeah, that's Norm Roberts used to be here, an assistant with Bill Self at St. John's, and he's really resurrected that program and got him back to respectability.
Warren Carter, 11 first-half points, but he also had 3 personal fouls. That's something that the Illini, being so thin right now, they can't afford.
Well, if there's one area that can be thin, and it is along the back line. I mean, they've got some depth there, but Carbo, in the next few games, they can't afford him, especially his offensive firepower that he brings.
Pruitt spins in the lane, has his shot blocked by Graham. Good play defensively by the all-time block shots leader.
Yeah, Grant, those shot blockers, they always have great timing. You know, they always go up there and able to pick that right time, right at the release. And Pruitt thought he had drew contact on him, and he got separation. That's what a shot blocker wants, separation. They don't want to get, I mean, that was a tough shot there. Pruitt 6'11". Graham went upstairs. And
Graham just showed that good timing right there on that rebound. He got it just an instant before he was whacked by Warren Carter. And now Carter will have to join Sean Pruitt on the bench. Carter with 4 personal fouls now. Youngster Richard Semrau into the game. Also into the game, Marcus Arnold. Carter will cool his heels.
Well, again, with Carter getting his 4th, Semrau can need some valuable minutes here, and even though he's a freshman, I mean, he's got some big, nice size, and he needs to step up.
Frazier working his dribble up high. He's held by Dwayne Foreman.
Yeah, Foreman looking right at the official. Can't believe they called him for a hand checking. But again, officials, that's another point of emphasis. They really don't want that hand checking, guys putting their hands on people. But at Georgia Southern, this is the type of defense they like to play. Illinois really handled it extremely well from the get-go. Sort of put, I think, defensively, Georgia Southern on their heels.
Semrau, a little too strong. Calvin Brock can't save it.
Brock does a nice job, again, using his speed and quickness, getting to the open court. I mean, that's the one thing. When he's at that 3 spot, he has that advantage. Even though he's given up some size in that spot, because of his athletic ability, overcome that.
Loose ball stolen away by Meacham. Ahead of the pack, Brock runs it down. And Brock, too strong off the window. Inside, Arnold can't get it. Semrau, no. Another offensive rebound, finally stolen away. Here comes Georgia Southern. 2-on-1, pull up, Tobias up and in. Tobias with the jump shot. He now has 5 points.
Transition game, the contrast in styles, and Illinois really trying to pound the ball inside right now.
Frazier.
Wow.
That's his second 3 ball.
He looked like D. Brown on that shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Genny bottled up, and he travels before he gets the pass out.
Yeah, we talked about Frazier. Really, he's not known for his three-point shooting here. He just steps up right in the zone there, and attention. Looks like a pure three-point shooter right there.
Frazier with 8 points. He's made his first 2 3-pointers of the season in today's game. Meacham off the screen. Gets inside. Little half hook inside. Off the glass. No good. Loose ball out of bounds. Last touched by Meacham. Ball goes over to Georgia Southern.
And Bruce Weber can't believe that. Arnold had that. That was like a freebie right there. No one was around him and just couldn't get a handle on it. If he does, it's an easy shot, easy putback.
Last year, Georgia Southern, they were the regular season champions of the Southern Conference. Had a 20-10 season. Ball stripped away from Ryan Hines. Frazier. Skip pass over to Brock. Jump shot up and in. If he can hit that shot, he's going to be a beast.
Well, these guys right now, I mean, when they're defensively Brock and Frazier, they're going to give it every night. But if they can give you some offense and knock down some three-pointers like that, boy, that's for sure. That's like frosting on the cake.
Shot missed inside. Hines runs it down, and he's pushed from behind. Foul called on Marcus Arnold.
His first, team second.
Hines leaves for Georgia Southern. He's replaced by Diogo Salazar. Also comes in for the Eagles.
Yeah, you think about it. Smith's out, Randall's out, McBride's out. Now you got Carter, who's out in foul trouble. But here in the second half, guys are stepping up. And, you know, I find it's quite amazing that these guys, they haven't skipped a beat. And they're hitting shots, they're playing basketball. And
Marshall just checked into the game and gets the alley-oop. Meet me at the rim. Why not? His first
in the second half and first half and struggle. That's when he got those 2 fouls early.
Loose ball stolen away. An opportunity for Georgia Southern goes by the wayside. Frazier loses his man. Pull up. Too strong. Off the mark. Rebound fought for. And it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Georgia Southern.
And you can see Illinois really trying, especially in the paint area. When you can establish that inside scoring presence, it opens it down the perimeter. And that's where Frazier and the rest of the guys get some wide open looks. When everybody collapses defensively. Yeah, Georgia Southern right now, I mean, they're offensively, they're looking for anything. I mean, they're just can't get anything going here.
Foreman thinking about it. Marshall travel. For Georgia Southern, that's their 6th turnover of this half alone.
Yeah, when you can't score inside, your defense starts to extend, and you almost look for the guys to break you down. But when you've got Arnold and you've got the big fellas down on Carwell and the rest of them, it's hard to create anything inside there. They just don't have the big size Georgia Southern doesn't.
Brock pull up.
Wow.
And Calvin Brock sophomore season.
Sure, and he's having fun. He's smiling. He's D'ing everybody up. I mean, he's.
Well, maybe the story of the second half here at Assembly Hall has been the play of Calvin Brock, sophomore from Chicago, coming alive offensively in Illinois with their largest lead of the game.
How do you secure your financial future? Almost wish you had a life preserver to wear. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, you'll get sound advice and real protection from people you can trust. No wonder more people are turning to Country, the people who know you best. country. Real answers for real financial security.
This is our country.
Someone's about to lose their selling Miller highlight privileges. Can I borrow that for a second? The hamburger, $11.50. Are you for real? Step aside, mon ami. Moi, excuse us. See, this beer is about helping people live the high life. It's a good, honest beer at a tasty price. Mess with the high life, and the high life will mess with you. $11.50 for a hamburger. Y'all must be crazy.
It's every corn grower's biggest decision. What's the right seed corn for this season? You want the latest technology, proven performance, superior profitability. So what do? It really comes down to one simple choice. In a win-or-lose business like farming, pick Win. FS Seed Corn, the start of a winning season. Talk to your FS crop specialist today.
Introducing the breakthrough video, Cure Your Slice Now, and it's free with your paid subscription to Golf Digest magazine.
And that's a guarantee.
And here's our guarantee. If Golf Digest and Cure Your Slice Now doesn't cure your slice, cancel and keep the video free. Call now. First risk-free issue, pocket tips booklet, and video free. You get 11 more issues for only $19.77. If your game doesn't improve, cancel and keep the video, booklet, and magazine free.
Call 800-543-6200. Call now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Assembly Hall, Illinois, on top of Georgia Southern by 24. Bruce Weber, the head man for Illinois, won the Big Ten title his first 2 years on the job. For his expert analysis, we asked him to handicap this year's Big Ten race.
And I would pick Wisconsin. Just they have everyone back. They went to Europe this summer. When you go to Europe and get those extra days of practice and those extra games, I think it's a great togetherness thing. You get your system in. You're much further along, and I think you look at their scores early. They're playing pretty sharp basketball at this time. You know, Ohio State, if Odin comes back, you know, he is a difference maker. And, you know, the question is, can they have one scheme for the November and December? Now you add the big guy. Can you change it midstream and have another scheme?
Whistle on the first, Illinois. Well, Coach Weber talked about Wisconsin. Does Wisconsin pass the Altenberger test?
Well, I just was up there doing the Wisconsin-Green Bay game, and Cameron Taylor and Flowers, and they've got depth, experience. They've got it all. They've got the big fellas inside with Brian Butch, so they look good on paper. I mean, they look good right now. But you know, here's Bruce Weber. I think he's one of the better handicappers. Spent 18 years with Gene Cady. He won 6 Big Ten titles there. Won the 2 he's got here. So he knows what the formula is.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Illinois.
Yeah, we talked about Illinois having that size and strength, and see mixing it up inside, and Graham.
And a foul called on Meacham. He undercut Anthony Marshall, and Marshall will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Meacham getting 2 quick fouls right there. And that's one thing about Meacham. I mean, he comes in, and like, I love the story about him. Bruce Weber talked to him and his family, and they said, you know, do you really want to come here? Because at Dayton, you might, you have a great career there. And he says, and they didn't, not try to just not tell him not to come here, but he just wanted to come back to Champaign, play for Illinois, and now look at him, he's starting and playing 30 minutes a game, and boy, I mean, what's taking advantage of a great opportunity.
A guy like Meacham, is this just because of the injuries to Smith, Randall, and McBride when those guys come back?
Well, it'll be interesting because he's a type of player that he gives you some other options. Here you see Georgia Southern really extending their defense.
Illinois is going to have to hurry.
And I think that's a good thing that they should do more of. Try to really do full court pressure Illinois right now. Try to make something happen.
Illinois just able to beat the 10-second clock across half court, and a foul called inside on the Eagles.
Yeah, we are on the perimeter, and they do that. They extend their defense, but then when you collapse in the half-court defense, you can't take too many chances right there. There's a prime example if they did, and they got the ball to the open spot, Arnold, and Arnold able to get to the free throw line. But back to Meacham. Meacham's the type of guy who, even when Smith comes back healthy and McBride, that gives him another option, especially he could play point guard. He can play the point guard or 2-guard position, so it gives Bruce Weber more flexibility, and you'll need that when you get your big... Foul
is called. A technical foul is called.
And there you see Richard McBride, who will be coming back next week, who would sit out the first 4 games. And again, he's a guy that has played in the championship game and been in the NCAA tournament. And that's what Bruce Weber talked about. Gives a tremendous amount of experience. And you know, especially when you go on the road and you start playing Maryland and things don't go well at home, or you go to Lewis and play in that game. You rely on those guys who've seen it all, been through it all, and McBride's one of those guys.
That technical foul was called on the Georgia Southern bench. So 2 free throws up and in for Trent Meacham, and Illinois will keep the basketball. We're here at Assembly Hall on a Friday evening in Illinois. They started out like a house of fire, and they continue to play good basketball against Georgia Southern. I'm Eric Collins. Right now, Fighting Illini, they have 4 players in double figures.
Yeah, Bruce Weber talked about against Jackson State. They came out a little bit flat, and that's not the case in this game. I mean, from the get-go, they had a lot of energy. The crowd's been in it. You know, a lot of students have left for Thanksgiving break, but you wouldn't know it. I mean, this place is packed, and it's got a great feel.
And I don't know if there's a memo or something like that, but everyone in this building except for you and I and the referees and the people from Georgia Southern.
Yeah, and that's something Bruce Weber really has been working on over the years. And you come in here, and it's just a sea of orange. And, you know, like you talked about, I mean, their home court advantage has just been one where, other than Penn State, last year, they have almost ran a perfect record the last 4 years.
Ball slips out of the fingertips of Chester Frazier, and the Eagles will keep possession.
And Georgia Southern, I mean, they've really just taken, I mean, they have gone in and out of Georgia Southern. I mean, these guys are really having a hard time. They've lost their composures at times, but they just can't get anything going offensively.
Salazar has his pass stolen away by Brock, and now stolen back by Marshall. Underneath, Graham misses the layup. Finally cleared by Arnold. Golden opportunity missed by the Eagles.
Yeah, even when they get a good opportunity, they're not able to convert.
C.J. Jackson has checked into the game. Redshirt freshman from Buena Vista, Georgia. And what do we have? Foul call
on C.J. He again was moving on that shot, and he's another guy they can pull off the bench at 6'9", 250 pounds, and he's got a lot of those guys off the bench. So he's got depth in there. Bruce Weber does, and he can bring those guys in and get
20 turnovers forced by Illinois. That's resulted in 25 points. That's just 6 fewer points than Georgia Southern has total. Foreman gets inside, has his shot blocked by Arnold. I think Arnold blocked that with his elbow. And it was last touched by Georgia Southern, so Illinois gets the basketball back.
And Eric, you talked about, here we talk about early in the first, Illinois doing a great job of Foreman and really having a hard time being able to go up and finish that shot off, and it's good defense by Illinois. Arnold coming on over, giving some help deep.
Meacham can't get it. Great tip in by Jackson. Pretty athletic move by the 260-pounder. Kenneth Ward bottled up, tries to hand it off, and before he does, a timeout called. Jeff Price said we need to talk things over. Timeout on the floor, 13:07 remaining in this game. C.J. Jackson earning a scholarship. Athletic move for the big man, and Illinois up by 27.
On the bench, Judge Mathis is a man of character.
I've been arrested several times. I took personal responsibility. I didn't blame anybody but myself.
A man with dedication and hope for our community.
Let's not treat them like they're demons. Let's treat them as they are, as troubled youth.
A man who is respected.
Not coming here under oath, Your Honor, and lie. I love you too much.
Bringing a new kind of order to the court in Chicago. Judge Mathis, weekdays at 2 and 3 on WCIU.
This is a perfectly good hammer. Nothing wrong with it at all. But if you're gonna frame a house, times have changed. Technology's moved on. That's why my truck is a Toyota Tundra. Tundra's available I-Force V8 engine pumps out enormous power. but doesn't suck fuel like some trucks. You can get $3,000 cash back or for 60 months on yours. Don't you think it's time to upgrade? Look into a Tundra. Toyota. A great way to keep moving forward.
I know.
Every guy's looking to go high def. Our pledge is to help you wow them with the ultimate system.
Like the latest from LG. LG TVs let you see and feel reality. Now save up to $300 when you buy an LG TV with any home theater installation. Only at Best Buy.
The world is advancing. Faster and faster. Are you in or out? Introducing the all-new 7-passenger Acura MDX. Technology takes it to a whole new place. Advance.
Well, they're going to have to come with a new name for Assembly Hall. This is like Death Valley. Teams do not want to come in here and play the Fighting Illini. Currently, Illinois on top of Georgia Southern, 58-31. It's par for the course. Over the last 6 years here at Assembly Hall, that's mind-boggling stuff right there. A winning percentage of almost 96%.
Yeah, the faithful have gone home happy. Only 4 times in the last, unhappy in the last 4 times in the last 6. Give credit to the Orange Crush. I mean, they just do a great job. They're pretty entertaining group of students, and they have a lot of fun, and it's clean fun too.
It's a snake pit down here. Ball tapped away. Last touched by Salazar. It'll stay with U of I.
At one time, they were talking about, redoing the Assembly Hall, making court friendly, and I don't know how much more there can be. I mean, after
How about an athletic move for Calvin Brock?
There you see Brock. I mean, there's a great example where a guy challenges him. He just goes upstairs and has some great hang time and just waits. There's nothing there for Foreman. I mean, Foreman did everything he should to try to get to the free throw line.
And to cap it off, it was last touched by Foreman. So the athletic play gives it back over.
Foreman really had destroyed Paulus at times from Duke, the point guard from him. I mean, he manhandled him. So, Foreman is a great point guard, and but you can see he doesn't have the physical size that a Frazier or even a Meacham has. Even though he might break you down, he doesn't have that upper body strength to finish the shot off.
Marcus Arnold called for that foul. That's his 4th personal foul. And so Arnold will have to go to the bench.
Well, that's okay. They bring in Bruce Weber talking to him. He says, I got a lot of big guys. I'm running short on guards.
Shot missed from the outside. Genny with the rebound. He'll reset the offense. Foreman leaves it for Ward. Genny a little bit of one-on-one. Can't get it, and he's fouled. Draws the blocking foul, and he'll go to the free throw line.
See, there's a great example. Georgia Southern gets inside, but at least tough defense.
C.J. Jackson with the foul called. His first. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have free throws for Georgia Southern.
Why can't I come up? Sorry, Sarah, but there's no girls allowed. Not even girls with old recipe ice cream?
Prairie Farms Premium Old Recipe Ice Cream is full of all the homemade goodness that smart women know.
So from now on, there are going to be some new rules around here. Okay? Mm-hmm.
Taste the homemade goodness of Old Recipe Ice Cream.
You can't ignore it forever. It's your future. It's real life. Whatever your goals may be, it's important to get real answers from people you know and trust. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, we'll help you feel secure for everything life has coming your way. Choose for real financial security. Because this is real life.
This is our country.
My husband and I are constantly on the go. What with work and shuttling the kids between ballet and soccer practice. Come on, kids. It's hard to find time to care for our lawn.
It's easy to overlook your lawn when you lead a busy life. That's where Scott's Lawn Service can help. Hi, I'm Ashton Ritchie with the Scott's Company. Just because you don't mean you can't have a great lawn. Just give Scott's Lawn Service a call. A Scott's specialist will inspect your lawn and design a program specifically suited to its needs. And we apply Scott's proven products to your lawn. With Scott's Lawn Service, you'll never again face lawn problems alone. And of course, Scott's Lawn Service is guaranteed. You don't sign any contract, and you can stop the service at any time. Give Scott's Lawn Service a call. Get the convenience of a lawn service and the confidence of knowing it's Scott's.
For a free assist, call now, 800-238-1400. That's 800-238-1400.
Illinois on top of Georgia Southern, 58-31. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And our play of the game just a couple of moments ago, C.J. Jackson. Who knew?
Well, and they've just, Illinois has just killed Georgia Southern on the boards. And see big boys, C.J. Jackson getting in there and crashing the offensive and have some success.
With that bucket, Jackson doubles his point output on the season. He went from 2 points to 4. Yenny hits the free throw. Georgia Southern won their first game against the Aggies of California Davis. That was in the opening game of the CBE Classic in Durham, North Carolina. And they lost their second game against the Duke Blue Devils. Fenton Meacham, another long-range jumper for him, and Meacham with 15.
Yeah, every time Georgia Southern's tried to extend their defense, get some full-court pressure, Illinois made them pay the price.
Ball stolen away. Loose ball picked up by Meacham. Head up with the dribble. Works off a screen set by Jackson. Now has his pocket picked by Marshall and commits the foul.
That's one of the few mistakes he's made all night. I mean, he has played a perfect game, handled the basketball, handled the pressure. I mean, Foreman has been, sets his good follow through. If you're a kid on there watching TV, that's a good form to copy right there.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Everyone talks about form. You just talked about Meacham's form. You had great form. Who do you think has the best form you've ever seen on their jump shot?
Well, I mean, again, form is, I mean, Larry Bird, to me, had the best form I ever saw anybody shoot a jump shot. I mean, but the most important thing shooting the basketball is rotation. And if you get good rotation, it doesn't matter really what your form is. As long as it comes off and has a good, nice roach staff, get what they call a shooter's roll, hit the front of the rim, and then went back in. And when you get good spin on a ball, it gives a lot more opportunity to go in the basket, even if it hits the rim first.
Michael Jordan went on record as saying the best form shooter he'd ever seen was Brian Winters. Long-time NBA
yeah,
sniper.
Milwaukee Bucks bringing a name out of the past. Sure, the bearded wonder.
Currently the head coach of the Indiana Fever in the WNBA, in case you're wondering. All right, here comes the Illini. Chester Frazier. This time, Carwell is fouled. Let's see how he shoots free throws.
Yeah, Carwell doing a good job running the floor. Frazier does a good job of waiting. We talk about point guards making good decisions. See how Frazier waits, throws a bounce pass. So what does Carwell have to do? No dribbles, one step, goes up strong. That's what coaches tell you guys in the transition game. If you're going to give it to the big fella, make sure he doesn't have to put it on the floor.
Carwell just 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and this is inaugural goal round in college basketball. Make it 1 for 5.
Yeah, you see that more and more, Eric. Guys really, especially coming from high school, struggling with at the free throw line early in their career. And you see, they don't teach them like they used to in high school, I guess. I don't know. Don't want to get all those high school coaches mad at me out there, but gotta blame somebody, right?
Meacham goes to the bench and gets a nice hand. This one looks pretty good. Carwell splits the pair. Foreman has got 6 points. He splits the double team. Tries to leave it for Salazar, and nobody home. Ball stolen away.
Yeah, you talk about, again, there's another example of Foreman able to break some guys down, but there's just nothing there once he gets into the paint area. The collapsing defense by Illinois is really giving him a hard time.
Frazier works off a screen. Carter open for a moment, but Frazier can't. And now a travel called before Frazier can pass it away.
That's one thing about Frazier. I mean, he plays hard all the time, and I think sometimes he gets hard. He's a little hard on himself. I mean, you know, this is really his second year of playing, and you know, first year of starting, and it just takes time. And I hope he keeps his chin up. Sometimes he can be his hardest critic is himself. He's played a great, wonderful game here so far in this game. I mean, he's just really set the
contested jump shot missed by Marshall. Antoine Johnson inside trying to do some damage against some big fellas. Has it blocked, and it'll stay with the Eagles.
And he's going against only 7 foot, 6'11", 6'9" there. Got to bring that back outside. I don't think he has much of a chance with those big boys inside.
Yenny triggers the inbound. There's the freshman. Johnson gets it over to Marshall. Georgia Southern plays in the Southern Conference. They'll battle on a nightly basis with teams like Furman, the College of Charleston, Davidson, Wofford, the Citadel, Appalachian State, Elon, UNC Greensboro, Western Carolina, and Chattanooga. Last year, they were the regular season champions of the Southern Conference.
And the thing about, you know, you go to Duke and you go to Cameron, and that's a tough place to play. You go on the road, you come here, and I think right now they're just tired. They look tired, and you know, they started off, things didn't go well offensively, and you know, they're really struggling on the offensive end. And this is an offensive type of team. I mean, they gain energy by gaining and winning, you know, shooting baskets and making great plays, and they just can't get anything going. And Illinois really is taking care of the basketball. And I mean, and these are guys that haven't played a lot, and they're just playing complete ball games. I mean, you look at Brock coming off, he's coming out of the box, and everybody who's coming off the bench is just it looks so easy right now.
For Georgia Southern, Jimmy Tobias back in the game, replacing Anthony Marshall. Well, the good news for Georgia Southern, they'll get a chance to cool their heels. They'll spend Thanksgiving at home. They'll have the next 8 days off. They won't play another basketball game until next Saturday when they take on the Rams of Winston-Salem State University. Inside, Calvin Brock leaves it for Carwell. A little bit of everything for Calvin Brock. We've seen him fill it up, and now he's dropping dimes.
Yeah, when he's not pulling up, hitting the finishing off, and again, everything comes easy. Everybody's looking for him to score, dishes it off, and Caldwell gets to that open spot, and that's what you teach the big guys. When you see penetration, people breaking down, go right to the basket.
Well, I'm not going to put too much of a pressure on him, but so far his career arc, Chicago guy who came here with a lot of athletic ability, who was quiet his first couple of seasons and then really turned it on. I'm talking about Luther Head.
Yeah, Luther was a guy that really came on the last couple of years, and Bruce Weber did a great job with him and really converted him to, made him a complete player.
Graham blocked the shot, but on the follow-through, he ran into Warren Carter. I'm not saying that Calvin Brock's going to be the next Luther Head and go on to the NBA, but he's got the athletic ability to really put up big numbers in the Big Ten.
Well, I mean, if he can hit that outside jump shot and he can do all the other things we know that he can do, like crash the boards, great. I mean, defensively, he's got the quickness and the speed to stay with a bigger, stronger guy. So he can give you, you know, Bruce Weber knows what it takes to win a Big Ten championship. It's defense. I mean, fans like myself and everybody else, we all like to see the guy shoot the three-pointer. But down the stretch, when you go on the road, you're not going to make all those shots. It's setting up defensively. Right now, that team here, they have really come out hard and played the last 30 minutes. I mean, defensively, it's just taking the heart right out of Georgia Southern.
Chester Frazier goes to the bench. Warren Carter splits the pair. Before the shot, a carry of the basket. Yeah, they're going to call a turnover, and it's going to give the ball back over to Illinois. T.J. Jackson checks into the game.
Yeah, Jeff Price is just looking at, crossing his arms. Nothing's going right. There's open court, nobody around him, and he gets called for the carry. Seems like it rains, it pours, right?
Meacham to Semerau. Brock now working against Foreman. Leaves it for Meacham. Little head misses the layup, and he'll shoot 2.
One thing that impresses me about Meacham, he does a great job of protecting the basketball. Foreman, who is a really quick guard, I mean, he's been in his face, but Meacham's done a nice job of handling that pressure. And early in the first half, he took him to the hole and pulled up right over the top of the smaller Foreman. So, you know, Meacham is one of those guys, you know, I remember a guy, a great player who was here, Matt Heldman, and he came on, and no one really gave him much credit, and then he went on to win a Big Ten championship here, and he reminds me a lot of Matt Heldman right now.
Meacham hits 2. He's got a good stroke from that line. 32-point lead for Illinois. Inside, Foreman, circus shot up and in.
It's one of the few times where Meacham's been beat off the dribble by Foreman. Usually done a good job.
Foreman had 18 points a couple of nights ago against Duke. He's got 17 points tonight. Check that. He's got 6 points today. It's Meacham who's got 17 points for Illinois. Looking for 19. Can't get it from the field. Maybe he'll get it from the free throw line.
Yeah, and he's got a nice canny ability to draw contact, get to that free throw line, and when you go inside like that and you can get to the free throw line and get your shot, be able to finish off, that's a big asset.
Meacham, now getting to 18 points is a big hurdle for him. His career high is 17 points. He did that his freshman year while playing for the Dayton Flyers. Right now he's stuck on 17. Another free throw, and he'll have his new career high. Just a sophomore, set out a year ago after transferring from Dayton, and now a new career high.
One thing about the Illini players you see out there, there's a lot of guys that redshirted or sat out who have spent a lot of hard time out. And as fans, we don't see it, but like Jackson and you got Meacham, these guys sat out. They work hard. They come out here. They come early here before the game, get a good sweat in, work on their game, and that year off gives them a great advantage.
Loose ball run down by Jackson. And we'll reset some offense. Pass swatted away. It'll stay with Illinois. Timeout on the floor. 7:31 remaining. How about a coming out party for Trent Meacham? Local product has come home and impressed big time.
Asks, what's your resolution? Saving more money? Year-end sales event. Get total savings of $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Offers end November 30th. See your Nissan dealer now.
Why do we love football? Because it gives us the opportunity to show what we can do. Introducing the Canon Digital Rebel XTI. With 70 years of Canon innovation built right in. The Canon Rebel, America's favorite way to shoot America's favorite sport.
It might be about paying less at the pump. Or putting less in the air. It might be about driving the car of tomorrow. Or giving something back today. Everyone has their reason. Has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
Long live the King of Queens. But this king does not rule alone.
Carrie! Carrie! Carrie!
Meet Carrie, the Queen of Queens. Long live the King of Queens and the Queen of Queens on the King of Queens. A full hour, weeknights starting at 10 on Channel 26, The U.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? Saving more money? During Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event, get total savings of $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Offers end November 30th. See your Nissan dealer now.
Faithful, they have had a lot to cheer about. 68 points and holding Georgia Southern to just 37, 7:31 remaining. Let's revisit our, we told you to keep an eye on early in today's game.
Yeah, I mean, Carter came out of the box. He's been in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls, but again, he was really, I mean, he's gotten only 7 attempts. I mean, give Calvin Brock a lot of credit there, and also Meacham. They've just shut him down. He hasn't had hardly any looks. And a guy can't beat you if he doesn't have the basketball. You can deny him the basketball, and he's just shut down. He isn't working very hard off the ball.
Shot clock to 5. Frazier's going to have to hurry. No good. Offensive rebound. The freshman, Semerau, is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Now, Semerau, he's even though he's a freshman, he's got nice size on him. There he's able to crash the boards, and he's got good mobility, and I like what I see in him so far. He is really a type of guy that once he gets a little more comfortable out there, I think he can bang down that open jump shot too. Sometimes when you're a freshman, you come in, coaches are sort of tough on you. I know the seniors are. They say, we want you shooting that rock there. To play defense, we want you to screen for me. You want to do all the little things. And it's hard to get too many good offensive looks when you're a freshman.
A little bit rusty from the free throw line. He misses them both. Georgia Southern lets Foreman take the left-handed jumper. Comes up empty, run down. I'm going to say he was out of bounds. And Jeff Price's bunch will have to give the ball back over to Illinois.
Just what really comes out, I mean, 37 points. They've played 33 minutes of basketball, and I mean, Georgia Southern, I mean, this is an excellent offensive team. They've got some guys that can score some points, but the whole team in general is really, I mean, there isn't anybody that's been able to step up and got anything going offensively.
Well, this isn't the Southern Conference either. This is Big Ten basketball.
Yeah, but still, like you said, against UC Davidson, they scored 116 points. So this team has the ability to, you know, at times to offensively get it going. They got nothing.
And a push. They're going to call that one on Foreman. No, foul's called on Rucker. And that's going to mean more free throws. Well, Meacham, we keep talking about the local kid coming back home. He didn't come home by himself. He's a Champaign guy, went to Centennial High School. His high school teammate is a guy by the name of Steve Holdren. There he is. He went away as well for his college experience. He began his college career playing for the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. Played there 2 years and said, you know what? I put up big numbers there. I want to come home and see if I can do it for my favorite school. So both Holdren and Meacham come to Illinois and are trying to play here.
Well, you know, it's home cooking. You know, you don't have to go far if things don't, you know, you get home, get a good meal, and take care of business, and you know, but I think that just goes to show how special Illinois is. And these guys are saying, hey, listen, I don't care if I'm on scholarship. I want to come back. I want to be a part of what they've seen here the last 6 years, 7 years. And you got to give credit to the senior class that left last year, Augustine and Brown, and the guys before, Powell and all. I mean, they've really set the tone. And you're having guys just want to be a part of it, whether they're on scholarship or not.
Friend, sophomore from Baltimore. All right, if Illinois is going to do what it wants to do this year, who's going to have the breakout season?
Well, I think Carter's got to really step up and be real consistent. I think it's a word that Bruce Weber talks a lot with his guys. He doesn't need to be spectacular, but be consistent. And I think, you know, the inside strength, they've got to have some guys. I mean, they've got enough rotation there with Arnold and Pruitt and the rest of them. But once Randall, I think that's a key. Obviously, Randall and Jamar Smith and the rest of those guys.
Inside, bucket up and in, Marcus Arnold.
There's been question marks about Frazier, his ability to lead the team. But after seeing him playing right now, I think there's no question. Just over time, he's going to get real comfortable at that point guard position.
Jimmy Tobias, that last bucket for Georgia Southern. They've started to play a little bit better offensively.
Yeah, and Tobias has really played well. I mean, he's a guy that staff looks at the film. They're going to see that he was tenacious, and offensively, he was one of the few guys who wasn't able to finish. You know, he was a guy out there who was aggressive.
C.J. Jackson loses the ball. He was grabbed by Matt Fields. Game number 3 for both these schools. Georgia Southern came into today's game with a 1-1 record. U of I 2-0. But here at Assembly Hall in Champaign, Illinois, witnessed by Doug Altenberger and myself, Derek Collins, it has been all Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois really hands and everybody. Bruce Weber was complaining a little bit against Jackson State. They got down 18-4, and he felt like there just wasn't a lot of energy on his team, and that wasn't the case. I mean, these guys were ready to play from the get-go. I mean, like you said, Eric, they picked up every loose ball, and that's sort of a good test to say, okay, you guys ready to play. When you see guys diving, and if there's a loose ball, you see an orange jersey there, that means you're ready to go.
Kind of surprising here, Georgia Southern leading Illinois in points in the paint.
Yeah, I'd have to go and check that game film there. I checked the truck, though.
Inside, the young freshman, that's Krzysztof Janaszewski. Freshman 6'11", 280 from Poland, getting some playing time. Coming up in the 5-minute mark. Home stretch of this one. Illinois trying to run their record to 3-0. Jackson has his pocket picked. Fields with a steal. Ahead of the pack. Baseline jumper, Tobias. No good. Gets his own rebound. Left-handed shot is blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Arnold. If that's on Arnold, that's his 5th. It is. And so Arnold, his evening is done.
Yeah, he's only played about 30 in there and got 5 fouls. But again, he's a guy that transferred from Illinois State, comes in with a lot of experience. He's been around a while, and you can really pull on that, especially as the season comes along. And he's had some huge games for Illinois coming off the bench.
So Tobias will shoot 2. All right, Doug, I'm going to put you on the spot. Just get your thoughts on this. A lot of people in these parts are happened with Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon is this uber prospect coming out of Indianapolis, and everyone thought that he was signed, sealed, and delivered to come here and play for the Fighting Illini. He decided in the end run to stay and play in Bloomington, Indiana, and play for Kelvin Sampson in Indiana.
Well, I mean, he obviously didn't want to go to Indiana when Davis was there, and he did give his verbal commitment, but things changed at Indiana, and he grew up right down the street from there. So it doesn't surprise me. Am I disappointed as a former Illinois player? But what hurts Bruce Weber a little bit is in the sense that he wasn't able to recruit another guy, because the kids they're not dumb. I mean, they know Eric Gordon's going to be there, and he's going to play supposedly, and the kids probably, staff probably knew that they had that spot filled, and from that perspective, it hurts his staff. But it doesn't surprise me.
Ball stripped away into the game. Chris Hicks gets the steal. Showing off those fast hands that are developed in Chicago's public league. Shot missed on the perimeter by Summerall. And here comes Georgia Southern. Fields pull up from 16. And a foul. Too aggressive, going over the back. Jimmy Tobias is called for the personal. Ball will go over to Illinois. Home stretch of this one. 3:56 remaining. Illinois up big.
When it comes to planning for the future, trust Country Insurance and Financial Services to keep you moving in the right direction. With down-to-earth, straightforward advice, Country Insurance and Financial Services is always there to keep you on the right path. Country, real answers for real financial security. For your family, for you, for a lifetime.
This is our country.
It's every corn grower's biggest decision. What's the right seed corn for this season? You want the latest technology, superior profitability. So what do? Well, it really comes down to one simple choice. In a win-or-lose business like farming, pick Win. FS Seed Corn, the start of a winning season. Talk to your FS crop specialist today.
Someone's about to lose their selling Miller highlight privileges. Can I borrow that for a second? The hamburger, $11.50. Are you for real? Step aside. Pardon moi. Excuse us. See, this beer is about helping people live the high life. It's a good, honest beer at a tasty price. Mess with the high life, and the high life will mess with you. $11.50 for a hamburger. Y'all must be crazy.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-464-3216.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by FS Seed. In a win or lose business like farming, pick win with FS Seed corn and FS. And by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. Illinois on top of Georgia Southern, 75-44, and Richard Semmerau still looking for his first collegiate free throw. He's now 0 for 3. I don't think it's going to stay that way for a long time. Looks like he's got a good stroke.
Yeah, he does. And again, as freshmen, sometimes you really struggle with everything going on in the game, and that is your jump shot or your ability to score from the perimeter, and sometimes you lack confidence because you're worrying about everything else. Remember my freshman year, I shot like a whopping 25%. I didn't know, came back the next year and everything. The basket looked as big as a swimming pool.
Shot is missed inside. A couple taps, a couple chances for Georgia Southern. They can't capitalize. Trenton Meacham with 19 points. He's been the real story here. Inside, good look, left-handed up and in, C.J. Jackson. That's a good pass there for Carwell.
You like to see the big guys be able to look for each other, and Carwell does a nice job looking for Jackson, does a good job of getting positioning down low in the paint area. That's good to see.
Fields zigged and then zagged and never put the ball on the ground. Well, such a big part of last year's team. He and James Augustine, they accounted for so much of the offense for the Fighting Illini.
Yeah, and D. Brown was like the Elvis of college basketball. I mean, everywhere he went, everybody loved him. And I think at times last year offensively, these guys were standing around waiting for him to make something happen. But this right now, these guys, they're looking for that extra pass, looking for that open guy. They look much smoother on offense, especially in this game.
Big fella, the freshman, is pushed from behind by Carwell.
It's about 550 pounds of contact right there. Those two guys going at in the lower post area there.
Janaszewski will shoot a pair. He's 0 for 4 from the free throw line as a collegian.
One thing you talked about with Bruce Weber and his staff losing some recruits, one thing recruits will see that, whoever, regardless of who he's got, he wins games, and people want to be on a winner. And I think how great a coach he is. I mean, everybody talks about how the great talent that he had, but this year, he doesn't have the D. Brown, the Augustine, the Powell, Luther had. He says I have a quiet confidence about this team. That I think once they get healthy, he thinks he can really, they can have a lot of success.
And something that people will be taking a close eye on is this is now his team. These are all his recruits, players that he handpicked and said, I want them to play for me. This is no longer Bill Self. Will truly see the type of player and the type of system that Bruce Weber has in mind.
Well, you look at what's happening in Kansas and Oral Roberts this week, and them losing, and there's no question that Bill Self was a great recruiter, but there's no question that Bruce Weber right now, he's with the record that he has, it holds up to anybody. And you can throw Coach K in there from Duke. I mean, this guy has won everywhere he's went. Southern Illinois, he's won, when he was at Purdue with Gene, they won a ton of Big Ten championships. And the thing I love about Bruce is he's a quality guy, family guy. I mean, he doesn't wear the $1,000 suits, but that's okay.
Inside, Johnson has it stripped away and a foul call. holding call. Chris Hicks with the personal. Well, for Georgia Southern, if you're wondering what's up next for them, they still have a full slate of Southern Conference basketball in their future. Their next game 8 days from now against Winston-Salem State. Then they take on teams in their own backyard. Mercer. They're going to take on Flagler, Appalachian State. A couple of tough ones. They're going to take on Northern Illinois and Clemson. So they have a lot of season left to play. And there goes Trent Meacham. All he did today was put up scoring 19 points. It's a big round of applause as he leaves the game.
And again, you come out on the floor. I mean, against Jackson State, you know, he's feeling more comfortable. Things are coming. As you get more playing time and as you have more success, your confidence grows. And I don't care if you're in golf or whatever sport that you play. It's all about confidence. If you believe in yourself that you can do it, you can do it. And this team, I think a lot of fans haven't given them credit. And they do believe in themselves. They believe in what, you know, when you get a bunch of guys that are on the same page, you can accomplish a lot.
Semaral will shoot a couple of free throws, and I guess big picture time now. Early in the season, this is the first game you and I are working together. We've seen a lot of whistles being blown. 46 foul calls so far in this game. Is that just this game specific, or is that going to be a trend that we're going to see all season long?
I think early on they're really trying to establish, you know, trying to get with the contact and all the hand checking and earlier in the week, like I said earlier, there's the Wisconsin Green Bay game, and there was almost 60 fouls called. That game looked like it took like 2.5 hours. I mean, but the officials have got. The players have got to adjust, and I think the officials have finally maybe let up a little bit once the conference starts going.
Johnson, friendly roll. Three-pointer for the freshman from Atlanta. So the Eagles, they still have a little bit of fight left in them.
Yeah, I mean, they've played hard. Jeff Price has got to be proud. I mean, the effort, it was there. You know, the execution wasn't there, but they worked hard.
Brock again. Welcome to a new season, Mr. Brock. He's got 17 points. Locked inside. It's a new career high for Calvin Brock with those 17 points. Rucker.
And that's what I was hoping to see with Georgia Southern, you know, get that ball inside, guys getting the open spot, not dropping down some three-pointers. But, you know, Illinois really defensively, even when they got beat down below, I mean, they really recovered on the perimeter. I mean, that's, you know, it's last minute or two in the game here. That's a few chances they've had from the perimeter behind the three-point line. The Illinois defense is, they look at that film, it's going to grade out like an A+.
Shot missed by Hicks. Tapped out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Illini. Chester Frazier, Trent Meacham, Calvin Brock, Warren Carter all played very well today at times. Offensive rebound. The big fella Carwell is bottled up. They're going to call a jump ball. And now a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, there's only 30 seconds left. You're in enemy country. You just sort of take the, you know, take the punishment that's happened here and get on the bus and get home. You don't want to do anything silly out there.
Meacham back in for the line, replacing Carwell.
Trent Meacham back into the game. A little bit surprised. The ball's going to stay with Illinois.
Well, Eric would be one
yeah.
with McBride and Smith and Randall all out. It doesn't have a lot of options to give guys a breather or get them out of the game.
Shot clock is off. Illinois doesn't need to shoot the basketball. Illinois, they will improve to 3-0. Georgia Southern, they will fall to 1-2. Next up for the Illini, Sunday, a game against the Rattlers of...
And this was a good game for them. They needed a game where they came out of the box, played well. They didn't need another game like last against Jackson State. I mean, they could coast a little bit, get some guys in there, get a little breather. They play a lot of games here in the next week.
So the Fighting Illini, they were tested, but at the end of the day, they aced the test, in large part because of Trenton Meacham, a new career high. He scored 19 points in Illinois. They put smiles on the faces of the Orange Crush. They win by a 5-50. For my partner, Doug Altenberger, and our entire production team, I'm Eric Collins saying so long from Champaign, Illinois. This has been